So this is the easiest way that I've found to get a Mini into TaleSpire and color it. So you'll need a mod from TaleSpire.thunderstore.io, and this R2 mod man. Do a manual download. It'll give you an exe to install, and when you run it, you get this. Come down to TaleSpire, select game, select profile, and then you're going to want to go to online and search for CustomMiniPlugin by Lord Ashes. And when you download that, and we'll just look at a random one. I believe that it said download with dependencies. I don't want to download one of these other ones, but because all these came automatically. I'm not going to start yet, but when you start TaleSpire, you're going to want to start it by start modded. If you run regular, you're not going to see any of your custom minis. And so I'll come into Blender, click out of that. I will unmaximize just because I like not being full screen. I don't know why. I like being able to flip between windows easily. This starting cube is 2 meters on each side. The keys that you're going to need are number pads 7, 3, and 1. 7 is the top view, and I'll click on it. It's got the orange highlight, and hit G to move, and I'll put it over here in the background. I'll hit 3, and I'll move it up to ground level, and then 1, and it's going to be in position. And then you can middle click and move around to look at the 3D view. File, import STL, my minis, and MZ4250, which is Miguel Zavala, and he's got a whole collection of minis from the Monster Manual. And I will pick a random letter here. We'll go to Centaur. Bottle only. We'll go female updated. Or male updated. We'll go male updated. And these are all default. Import. And as you can see, he is massive. We'll zoom out. And we will S for scale and squish him down. And we'll zoom in. We'll hit number pad 3. We'll scale. We'll zoom them down some more. Because what you want is your mini to be about standard human height of 6 feet. And we will 7. I like, now you can see his center point is a little bit off center. So I right click, set origin, origin to geometry, which will center him a little better. I'll hit G. I want that origin right in the origin of the world. So right on the axes. Now, a lot of times with the base, you want to move the base into the ground a little bit. Or just where you got the top. Because when it puts it in TaleSpire, you'll be able to see the base. I'm happy with that. We will, you want to check your vertex count. If you can't see that, it is Window, Show Status Bar to get the status bar. Right click on the status bar, Scene Statistics. And my vertex count is 142,000. I'm not too bad with that, but we will hit Tab and Edit, and you want everything selected. A to select everything if it's not. Mesh, merge by distance, and you can hit this arrow, and we will say 0.02. and then tab, that removed 3000. And you can keep messing with this number and hitting tab until you get to a vertex count you're happy with. I'm going to say at about 100,000 I'm okay, so we'll say 9. And we're right at 100,000. You want to hit this, well, we can tab too. We'll go back into object view just to see him. And you can see he doesn't, I mean, you can shift middle mouse wheel to move around, to move the whole scene. Just middle mouse to move around, to rotate around. And so you can see when you zoom way in, you can see his polygon, but when you're out a little bit, he looks good. Material properties, select this box, select material, and color this whatever you want to color your model. Now you're not going to see it in here, but that's alright. When you export and pull it in, you're going to see it. You actually could, there's this viewport shading, your default is, yep, 3D solid and material preview. Oops. There we go. I like that. And then I will come back to here. Which way to go? When I export, I'll show it just because. Export to OBJ. Come to here. You're going to want to put them in your Steam library, Steam apps, common, TaleSpire, TaleSpire_common data, minis. Create a folder, Centaur, with the name of your object. Create your file, or name your file, Centaur. And you're going to want to leave this default. And messing around with these options, if you say selection only, your color will not show. But right now, I'm going to bring him in. And when you open this, I selected my game, so I'll start modded. Getting ahead of myself a little bit. Probably should lower that volume a little bit. Oh, be patient. Okay. Let's move some of these minis out of here. Actually, this is what happens if you have your base too high. Oh, dragon. Fire elemental. Get the base. Ice devil. Are you size? Yeah, your size normal. Okay, so space O. Creature, elf. This commoner is a good one to use because he faces forward. So when you transform, or transformation, mini, oh, what did I just do? Centaur. When you hit enter, it gets out of the box, but it doesn't accept. You have to click OK, and there you go. Got my Centaur, and he's got his base, and because I had that big old cube in the background, he's towing around a big old cube. Uh-oh. I messed him up. Land. Nope. Get up there. Now I gotta fix my view. There we go. So, in here, if you delete this cube and export, OBJ, you will find and it won't let, I don't think it'll let you, because it knows that's what he was. It doesn't actually change. But we'll take this guy, or you could change it to something else and then change it back, but you lose your color. And as you can see, he does. I gotta stop walking off the ground. Get up here. Back. You can see his base is there, but it's under the ground, so when you move him, you'll see it. I don't really care about that. I'm okay with that. But I want to be able to color my minis, so we'll undo. Rename this cube tiny, and we will, it's got it selected, scale, squish it down until it is a speck. And then hit the number pad 7, we'll zoom out so we can see our speck. We'll G, move it in here. Number pad 3, G, move it down. Stick it in the base. And so, it's in our base. We can't see it. It's there, but it's 8 vertices. OBJ, Centaur, will overwrite. And then in here, kill him off. Kill him off. And transformation, mini, Centaur, okay, voila. He's got a little cube in his base, but he has color. And so that is how I did all these. This one is kind of a white metallic. He's a white dragon, so you know. If you have something that you need to scale, GM tools, set size, and scale him, he's good to go. Now his base did come out. Oh, it's melting away. Interesting. GM tools, set size. Probably is that 2x2? Yeah. He just looks massive compared to these. Now this model is flying. I made him close to the ground. Let's try to get over there. Oh, they're all the way over here. And so he isn't. Okay. That works in here. Now, MZ4250 does have flying and terrestrial versions of each dragon. This one I just took the flying version of. Let me see what else I gotta move. Actually, I think I did. You can tell that I'm a noob in here because my camera control, I think it's a frost giant. Oops. Casing doesn't matter when you type it in here. Yeah, I fixed her base and put her in the ground. Your base is... Get up there. Go away. Really, man? Go away. But now I can't get a good... right. There. So his base I might need to fix. You are an ice devil. Let's see if I fix that one. Nope. Okay, I gotta move him. Now, let's do that. Delete. Now I'll leave my mini cube. If you, well, let's pick them up first. Open, import, OBJ, go to our TaleSpire Minis, Ice Devil OBJ, and he should come in and you'll see his color. Number pad 3, G, down a little bit. Okay, and then we can export him. Export OBJ. You gotta make sure that you're doing the right file. Now, it needs to be, let's come back to that. Where am I? G. Custom. If this folder doesn't exist, create it. Minis. It needs to be your mini name for the folder, and then your mini name for the object. And if you want to, now I like his color, so I'm not going to change it, but in this material file, the MTL, this, depending on which material he is, because this is your material name, the KD is your red, green, and blue. But it's a decimal value from 0 to 1. So, if you, let's see, where's my window? I have a window open there, this one. In Chrome, if you hit F12 and say you want to edit a page, find any element that has a color. Click on its little cube and you can change your color. This arrow, it starts out as hex. Hit that arrow to get your RGB. And it's going to be from 0 to 255 for each value. And in any spreadsheet, you can put your, well, let's put these. 47, 157, 131. And so these are your decimal values that you would put in for R, G, and B in your KD value. If I want to export him, maybe I already did. Do it again anyway, for good measure. And that's this saying that the file has changed. Kill him. You are an ice devil. Uh-oh. What did I do? You obviously have a color. I have 2 tiny cubes. Delete that one. I don't think that should matter whatsoever. Texture, you are matte. Okay. Export OBJ. Nice devil. We got our selections good. These are all default, by the way. And I mean, he came in blue here, so he knows those are blue. Why did you not work? Okay. Maybe I had 3, I don't know. But if you have just the one object, color doesn't come in. If you have 2, it works great. Maybe if you have 3, it doesn't work again, but if you've got just your tiny cube in the base, and you click on tiny cube, he's down there, that works for me. And this, when Hero Forge integration is in, that might get easier. If you want, you can go all the way to actually texture your model. Which one was it? It wasn't the fire elemental, it wasn't the case. Maybe it was the stalker. Yes. When you import, it'll just keep adding, which is why I always delete. With the invisible stalker, I actually went and UV unwrapped him. Now, gotta remember. Okay, so that's his unwrapping, and I didn't actually texture him. I just threw a solid color in here, and so when it comes in, it comes in textured. Now, he's not just the solid color, he is textured. So if I went and opened this file, this image, which is invisible stalker PNG, Steam libraries, invisible stalker, and you'll see it's just a red block. But you could color that, and that will come in. So if I went in here and painted him, and I'm not good in paint mode, so I haven't done that, or bring the model into something else and actually texture it, so like a substance painter or mixer or whatever, then you could paint him and that'll stick, because in this you have to edit the MTL file and add a line that's map underscore capital KD, I can zoom in, space your image name. And I would always say match the case. Not sure if it cares, but there's no reason not to put it in the same case. Yeah, sure. And that is pretty much it. When you close and come back in, it'll, as you saw, it says up here, be patient, I'm loading minis, and it'll load your minis back in. If you run straight out of Steam unmodded, you're going to get your standard tokens. But you can, if you run every time from R2 Modman, then you'll get your custom minis. Yes. So you're going to always want to run start modded from there.